again. Not download, this time Nebworth. Never been here before, it's all very new in the Arsis area, and it's a fucking castle. Can you believe it? A castle. But we're going to have a wander around, we're going to talk to Airbourne, we're going to talk to Lamb of God, we're going to talk to Heaven and Hell if they've got time, and we're going to bring you all that footage and some little bits of behind the scenes. So we really hope you enjoy it, and we'll speak to you later.
Yeah, we just played Wacken Festival, and we only flew in a few days ago from Chicago, in which we've been working on the second album in Chicago. It was great. I mean, we did it last year, and it was a bit of an eye-opener, considering we haven't really played 7 months prior. But it was fantastic, yeah. Yeah, we wrote it in Warrnambool at the Criterion Hotel, and we were there for a few months, and then we went to Chicago, to which we are currently based now for another 2 months. We head back to Chicago tomorrow and finish recording the album, and to which we will be starting to tour by October. We should be back in the UK early 2010.
Well, since the release of the album, we've been touring some more. We've been doing we did some European shows, then went back home for a few days and came back here, did 4 festivals. We did one in Finland, one in Germany, one in Athens, and now we're here at Sonisphere. We're just about to embark on another American tour. We actually started in Canada, in Vancouver, in about 6 days' time. And then an American tour. We'll finish at the top of September, after which time we shall stop for probably about 6 months because Tony has to have his hand operated on for tendon problems that he has. So in that time off, which is quite a bit actually, the Dio band is going to play again, so I'll be back. I'm excited about getting the Dio band back together. I wish we could have carried on with Heaven and Hell. Certainly you have a new album out and you want to play it for as many people as possible and keep it alive, so it makes it a little bit difficult to stop. We don't have an album out with Dio at the moment. We will at some point. I don't think I can possibly conceive one so that we can start in November. But yes, I'm very excited about it. I love the guys I play with. I love them as much as I love the guys in this band. I'm very, very lucky to be able to shift back and forth, and for me, I get the best part is that I get to play music that I haven't played for the last 3 years, and there's so many people who like the Dio songs. It's just a great chance to be with my friends again and to play songs that people really like, because the audience is the most important thing. Well, we've been together for over 30 years now. It doesn't seem that long, and we have had some bust-ups, but nothing ever has been violent or vicious. I can never remember us ever arguing with each other or shouting at each other. Certainly never a punch-up at all. And every time we've come back as though we had seen each other the day before. We had one breakup for 10 years and hadn't seen each other for 10 years. When we got back together again, it was, as I say, just as though I had seen Tony and Geezer for yesterday. And this time between the album Dehumanizer and between the one we have out now, which is The Devil You Know, it's a 12-year period in which exactly the same thing happened. And we got back together again, and it was exactly the same. We take the mickey out of each other all the time, and that's what keeps it going. I think that we're not serious about ourselves. We don't think that no one has an ego. We all try to be great for each other. And when you play with people who are as good as these people that I play with, and hopefully they think the same of me, you just can't go wrong if your care is for each other and for the audience that you're playing for. So it's just been an easy road with these guys, even though I'm sure most people out there think that we did have some violence in our lives, but we never did. The new songs have been really wonderful from the new album, especially a song called Bible Black, which is seems to be everyone's favorite from the album. It's certainly my favorite from the album. but they've all been accepted very well. It's hard sometimes to play music for people who haven't all heard what you're doing, what you've done. I mean, with the new album, and sometimes you'll play a song that they just don't have a clue about. But it doesn't seem like it is that way at all for us. The things we've been playing have worked and worked and worked, and audiences loved it. We've loved it. I just think that the new material we played is so acceptable because it's just been done so well that we've never had a problem with it.
And what's the use of trying?
I'm looking very much forward to playing Nebworth, especially if it doesn't rain, because I don't want the people to be rained on, but they don't seem to really care that much. It's just that it just makes everything really muddy, and that's a real problem. But of course, this is a first for us. We've not done this before, and we know some of the history of it, you know, especially it being, I think, one of Queen's last shows in 1986. So, you know, it's always nice to play a festival that's part of history, that's had something go on before it, which means that you now become part of that history as well. So yeah, it's very special for us. When we finish this show, this is our last show actually in Europe. In England, of course, this is where we are. And we begin a show in Vancouver, Canada in about, I think it's 6 days' time, I think it is. And following that Vancouver show, we go down south of the border and we do a stage tour, which ends at the beginning of September. So that'll be fun as well. That'll be not that long. It'll be generally a month of touring, so it won't be too bad. And we have a few days off in between, but days off are not something that you can count on. Day off is a day you travel. They always say, well, you have a day off. Oh, what are we doing on that one? We're driving 19 hours in a coach. Oh, I see. And that's what you call a day off, is it? Well, that's what management calls a day off, but it's not what we call a day off. But so we're doing an American tour. And then comes Tony's operation in September, and then we'll. We haven't talked about it, but I think that will happen. We tried not to make too many long-range plans for this band. If you make too many long-range plans, they always blow up in your face, and that's why a lot of times you break up. So my plans are, of course, to do the Dio tour, to write some more music for the next Dio album as well, because we'll have some time off to do that while Tony's recuperating, and then we'll, I think, probably do another album, another Heaven and Hell album, and a very special one, I think.
Now here's another spell.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. I mean, I think we presented this one so well that I think they'll get to expect what we've always given them. But when you have these, 10-year, 12-year lapses, people think that maybe you've atrophied, and maybe you can't sing anymore, and you can't play anymore, and you just don't care anymore. And that's not true. And we prove that by the Devil You Know. So I'm sure they'll be looking forward to the next one, just as I know I will, and it will be special.
Excited. Today was awesome, and it's a little bit bittersweet. It's the last day of the tour. We're heading home. We've been out with Metallica and doing the Sonisphere festivals for about 8 or 9 weeks, and it's been a blast. Some of the best audiences we've played to, certainly in Europe, ever. So it's been awesome. But we're also happy to get home and see the family and let our livers recover a little bit from touring life. And but then we're right back out. We've got 9 weeks across North America with Metallica again. So no rest for the weekend. He's gone home for his wife's having their first. It's very exciting for all of us. We're very happy for him, and we've heard from a couple of reporters, like, oh, why isn't Mark here? You guys kick him out. There's no drama, there's nothing like that. We're all very supportive. We certainly hope and wish him all the best, and hope he's doing well, and we look forward to having him back in the fall. Forgiving the Father! Buzz is a great guy. I don't think there's a better person that could have filled Mark's shoes. I think Buzz is extremely talented. He picked up the songs really quick. We did a headlining show last night in Amsterdam, and before the show we realized that he didn't know one of the songs that was on the set list, and within an hour he had learned it and played it perfectly on stage, better than Willie was playing the song. So he's very talented, very quick learner, and his personality fits in great. He's a constant comedian, and he's got so much energy on stage, it helps kind of get us going as well, so it's been a blast. You know, there's great bands on these bills, and I'm a fan of all kinds of different music. And the one band that I really enjoy seeing after a few drinks and after the sun's gone down, the light show and all that is The Prodigy. I really love the huge festival vibe where everybody's jumping up and down. It's just something pretty special. And you know, I'm friends with most of the guys in all the metal bands, and we've seen each other play 400 million times, so maybe I'm getting a bit jaded on that stuff. So when a different kind of band steps in, that's the kind of thing that I'm excited about, which doesn't happen very often in the US. It's kind of disappointing. If there's a metal festival in the US, it's all metal bands. You know, but if there's a metal festival across Europe, there's different stuff. You know, like again, the Prodigy and different kinds of bands depending on where you are. So there's always something fresh to see. Sonisphere, I think, did a pretty good job of mixing it up a little bit.